Alright, let's play the Twitch thing. Let's use music that'll actually stay up. Whoops. Oh, dropping everything. Just doing a quick stream. Probably just be like an hour or something. For fun. Okay. So nothing too crazy going on today. It's just another polish session. I should change the material. This is a good example. What? You want to have something that kind of shows the creases a bit better, specifically for like cleanup stuff, or especially for cleanup stuff. It's good to generally have that while you're working, just to kind of see what's where you're at. The style I'm going for, I kind of want all the folds and stuff to be very, very graphic, sharp. Earlier I was putting time into the face, trying to get it right. The changes look very subtle, but big difference, especially in the eye area. If you look at the iris and how there's so much white here, tighter, feels more correct. Sharpened up some of the features too. Added better shape to the Honestly, there isn't too much to show at this stage, so probably a stream. Sorry, it's just polishing up. But I've said that for the last couple streams, I think. I don't know. It's just again making the habit of being on here. And I don't know, some people might want to see like just the final stages of sculpt, because usually people don't show that. I am sculpting some of the hair, but I'm also going to be painting in a little bit of the hair details when I get to the texturing phase. It's for how the light interacts with. This part yet. Like I've said before, masking is very handy. Just to get the shapes that I want. Because what I want to do here is I want to have shape where this kind of curves up, and this also, and then but then if I try to do that, I would end up. I don't want that. I kind of just butt into. Or I might want it to go the other way, but in this case, I think that's what I want. Might actually mask off the top too. Tug it down. Yeah, that's better shape already. I don't like that this music has these weird cat and dog sounds. That's just the Twitch library. I guess I gotta find some other music. It's Twitch friendly. Normally I don't care, but I don't know. I feel like if I wanted to videos later or something, it's too needs to be able to have needs to have music that can be uploaded. Copyright, you know, that. Shapes are all weird. Very, very picky about you should eat. I shouldn't say that. Actually, it's more like the major forms of this strand. It's just like I want to make sure I have. I've said it before. It's just you want to show confidence. Sculpt. If you have wobbly lines, it looks absolutely sure what you were. Even if you're not actually confident, it's good to just act like you are. Because even if wrong, but it looks like it was decisive, it'll look more. But again, that's just analysis, what I think. But it seems to work so far. I feel like this strand isn't quite how it's supposed to be on the concept. Yeah, this is actually supposed to stick down and out. If it goes into a point too quickly, it looks awkward. I find. I'm actually thinking that this piece in general looks too. This strand back. This here. After I was just looking at the design again, and I realized that I had just wrong shapes. Stupid dogs. I don't even know if it's audible. I put it pretty low, the music. I mean, I like chiptunes. They're fun. But I don't like those little effects in the background. Ah, well. I will live. Once I go off air, I'll play other music. Off air. Off stream. Not on air. I might change this song. It's a little bit excessive. Oh, they're labeled with the freaking. Yeah, they say if they have that stupid sound in it. Great. This one too. Alright, this one should be okay. Good, good. Don't forget about backface masking. Ah. I added a couple little strands this morning. I gotta clean it up because now flow too well, but I wanted something to break up the silhouette sticking out this way. From front, it just flat. Wobbliness here. That's why it's good to spin around your model. Might not see something. Getting into little cracks and crevices. Very hard thing to do. Oh. Hey, Sonny. How's it going? Welcome to my quiet stream. I started getting to the point that I no longer know what. Just kind of avoiding the inevitable stage of going into the freaking low poly. It's always a big pain getting like everything out of here and then chopping it. They gotta go in, then I have to decimate every single piece. Probably like throw on a movie or something to do that. Oh, you're moving tomorrow. New place, eh? And yes, Ritopo is puke. Yeah. So if I get this to a stage where I can just decimate and then do all this other stuff, yeah, I'll definitely just watching a movie. That's completely distracting. Things that I wouldn't normally do. Like, if I could never watch a movie or something like that while I'm sculpting. Oh, maybe, nah. I can, but it reduces my productivity. But if it's something like decimating all these pieces, that I can definitely watch something and do, because I mostly just waiting. Where are you moving to? And I did notice you haven't been streaming a lot lately, so is that because you were getting ready to move? Yeah, I feel taking a break from streaming is nice. I mean, I like streaming and I like doing it as much as like whenever I have like whenever I'm just doing stuff, but usually I'll take a break between characters. So like once I finish one, I'll just stop for a couple weeks and then just play video games and refresh, and then I'll start over. I'll be like, all right, time to get on to another one. But yeah, those are the times when I stop streaming. But yeah, for me, it's actually kind of the opposite. Usually when I'm streaming, I get less work. I don't know. It depends, I guess. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm like, if I have to think about too many things at the same time, it's difficult. So if I'm doing something where I don't have to think as much, then it doesn't really matter. Like something like this is just a matter of cleaning up and it's just polishing. So it's actually the perfect time for me to stream because I can just as productive either way. Think too much. Are you going to Orlando? Nice place. Any reason you're going there? Like, is it a work opportunity or schooling or something? Well, no, you're all done your school. Music stopped. Oh no! Whatever will we do? I'm gonna put on other music, but I don't want to put on the Twitch stuff. I guess I could put on. The problem is now that I am being shared or hosted by Sketchfab, so I want to make sure that it's can be put up again. Did it really go through all this music? No way. I haven't been streaming that long. Sound like. No, that sounds completely different than playing. Whatever, I'm just gonna put it on something and let it run. What is this? Chrono Trigger? Alright, sure. I wouldn't say they're sponsoring me so much. I've been kind of affiliated with them for a while, and then they recently wanted to start doing live streams and whatnot. And I said, you know what, I'm doing streams anyway. I'll just, put that logo on there to call it a day. I guess in a way they're sponsoring me. But like I've done like a few tutorials in the past that they ended up putting up on their website, and I like help out on forums sometimes. I don't do as much as I should, to be honest. Be considered an affiliate. Fat loots. Yeah, they're pretty generous with. I already got like some like VR cardboard from them. They had their VR thing that they were testing. That was nice. There's other bonuses and stuff too. I don't know how much I should and shouldn't say about it, but yeah. Still freaking lumpy. No matter how much I go at this, it's just always, there's always issues. All I want is the lights to just smoothly go down this thing. Light. Oh yeah, and so your brother works in Orlando, eh? What does he do? Oh, he does programming for the government? I don't know if I could do that job. I have friends who do that. I don't know if I could. Just seems, I don't know, it just seems like it's a little bit dry. I hear it pays well, but I don't know if that would be worth it. Yeah, as an artist, military sim seems to be what the government work would be. Yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea. I'll just keep going for my own goals, even if it's super difficult. Can't stop. I'd really rather not give up, because if I did, I'd just super disappoint myself. That's a terrible thing to live with. So I'll keep going. Oh yeah, mocap's a thing as well. I did some mocap animation university. We had a mocap room. I did literally all the aspects. So I did like mocap acting, I did this room setup, did the cleanup and then animation stuff. I did the model and rigging portion of it. That was kind of fun. I think I have like a little video somewhere. Put it up. Hold on. It's kind of janky, to be honest, but whatever. It's also an old video. There we go. Mocap, go! There we go. This is mocapped. Feel and ready. Yeah. Oh, well, best of luck. I mean, it takes a lot of applications before anything goes anywhere, to be honest. Like I applied to, I don't know, I'd almost say 100 places before I got my first job. Probably not 100, but a lot. But yeah, mocap. I also did like some sim stuff, and all I did was have one hair follicle. Like just drove a joint chain for the back hair, and then more for the front, similar to cape. Yeah. Thanks. I'm actually. It's turned out surprisingly well considering the setup that we had at Carlton. I mean, we only had at the time. How many cameras did we have? 4. I think we only had like 4 cameras, and that's really hard to get anything from. I think now they have 8 or something ridiculous. Well, some like that's not ridiculous. Most like high-end studios will have like a wall of them, but still, that's more than I had when I was there, and I'm very angry. Not actually angry, but yeah, mocap is just a lot easier when you have more cameras. Simple as that. It was fun though. I like mocap. I'm not gonna lie, I do like mocap, but I wouldn't do that as like for a living. But I'm not an animator, so that's a different story entirely. I'm a modeler who can animate. Sort of. This terrible dent. Get out of here, dent. The kind of thing you gotta be careful about. I mean, it doesn't show up too much when you're looking at it straight on, but if you can get it looking fairly good here, you can be fairly confident that it'll look good from a glancing angle. Which for me is very important, because I'm all about having stylized characters, and stylized characters have to be very crisp. Or as crisp as you can make them. I already think that's a lot better. This is the kind of thing that I guess I'm showing right now with the stream is just ways to make things look clean. Because I know a lot of people are always like, oh yeah, your models are so clean. I mean, they're not actually that clean, but like to get them as clean as I do get them, that's the kind of approach you got to take. Is you have to actually go in, look at it from like extreme angles, and just try to make it look right. Time's it now anyway. It's 8. Probably won't stream too much longer. It is Friday after all, and I want to chill out. Alright, just sending a message there. There we go. Back to it. So how's your Friday going, Sonny? Just chilling out. A little tired? Long day, long week, long life. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're just an hour behind me. I just had dinner. Then I started streaming. Another thing I wasn't careful about was just the kind of topology I have. Look at it, it's like all freaking janky. It does not flow at all. So it makes it very hard to work with. I thought for this particular piece it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but then it turned out to be it. Now I just had to do extra work in terms of polishing and to subdivide it a little more. At this point, projecting it would be almost more of a pain than it's worth, like onto new topology. So I might not, but I still might. We'll see. We'll see. If I do, it won't be on stream because that's going to be a thing. It's going to be a very monotonous task that I think I've already shown on stream. What did I have for dinner? I had chicken and quinoa salad. It was very good. Oh, and naan. Naan is the best. Hello, Brosif. How are you doing? What are your plans for dinner, Sonny? What are you gonna have? Thanks, Brosif. Glad you're liking it. Right now it's just, you know, 2 tufts of hair. There we go. The whole deal. You have no idea, Sonny? Well, you know what? You could have anything then. Go buy yourself a steak or something. This was a mistake. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna actually mask this instead. I just ruined my sculpt, but everything closes early where you're at? That sucks. Well, if it's fast food, it's a good fast food. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of fast food. But maybe like, I don't know, if it was something you could get, like I would, if I had to get something fast, it'd probably be sushi, like some pre-made sushi or something like that. That's usually a good call for me. That or like a Chinese food or something. Yeah. They do sound good. How's your animation coming along, by the way, Sonny? Are you even still working on it? Is it Overwatch level yet? That's what I'm expecting from you. Taking a little bit of a break then, eh? That's okay too. I mean, good to step back for a little bit. I should really be doing that. I've been just kind of ingrained in stuff for so long that it's just becoming very difficult to tell whether something's good or bad. I feel like it's just kind of gotten me stuck in a place where I'm not really improving. I'm just kind of regurgitating. But I have been looking up different ways of texturing, and I want to tackle that stuff. Because definitely my texturing work is pretty weak, to be honest. and it's very much the same all the time. But like as soon as I try, like if I'm doing like something hand painted, sure I can make it look okay. But I'm trying to get a little bit more real world lighting, not real world, but like some actual like lighting influences and speculars and stuff like that, just to make it pop a little bit more and also be dynamic, right? It's just that's more what the demand is. I feel, and if I can't hit that, then that's just a big issue. Stuff to still finish back. Okay. Yeah, good to get things done, right? So if you have a bunch of old stuff that isn't done, I would get it done. The longer you leave it, the less likely it is that you'll ever finish it. Because I have a bunch of pieces that I just kind of left to die. I have like 10 this last year alone. I don't tend to show those to people. The only ones I ever show the process for are the ones that I'm confident that I will keep going. And I like, for instance, this one I was super inspired to do, so I was confident I'd finish it, so I ended up using him on the stream. You're not the only one that doesn't get things done, Brosif? Is that what you're saying? No, I don't. I think a lot of people don't get things done, from what I hear. It's not just us. Good, because if it was just us, I'd be super sad. But it's just like, it's a matter of considering what's worth bringing to finish too. Like if you're working on something and you're like not feeling it and it just isn't turning out very well, there's really no point in finishing it, because it's just, you're gonna have a lackluster piece. I had a couple that I did do that, and I learned my lesson super quickly. Like I just finished them and I'm like, you know what, this is still bad. It's done, but it's awful. I'm not putting it on my portfolio, and I still didn't show it to anyone. I finished it, but I just kind of left it there. So that's the other thing too. Sometimes you finish things and it's still bad because you just weren't into it. You have to be really into what you're doing. If you're not, then it's just going to turn out lackluster. And no one wants that. No one wants to finish their like something that's lackluster, because it's super ungratifying, you know? You spend all this time on something and then it just turns out bad. Why would you like, you wouldn't care to do anything at that point. After finishing those pieces, that's how I felt. I was like, wow, why did I just waste however many hours? Probably like, usually a model piece before would take me like full work weeks. That's like 40 hours. It's like a complete waste of 40 hours. I'd rather be playing a freaking 40-hour RPG, wasting my time sculpting something I didn't like. Stupid. In fact, I'll probably do that later tonight. Chill out. Good way to spend a Friday. I don't want to be working all night, so my stream won't be too long. I know a friend of mine wanted to play some Overwatch, so I'll probably do that for a little bit. It'll be fun. I really like that game. Good. I haven't liked shooters in a long time. I haven't enjoyed a shooter since like maybe Modern Warfare 2, but that's like pushing it. Like the last time I fully enjoyed it was probably Call of Duty 4, and then Modern Warfare 2 was okay. But and even back then I wasn't that into shooters. But this particular one I'm quite enjoying. I guess because it doesn't feel so much like a shooter. Just because you have a bunch of characters who can do different things. One thing I have to be very careful about is I know that some of this is looking a little indecisive because I'm actually indecisive about where I want certain things. Like, do I want this sharp line to be here or do I want it to be rounded? It's always a hard call. Agreed, Brosif. Agreed. I assume you play? If so, what do you play on? PC, PlayStation, Xbox? Okay. That's fair. Dinner time, Sonny? What'd you pick? Sushi, Chinese food, or something else? Also, have a good night and a good meal. Saving file. Please wait. Alright. Next thing. Part. Ugh. Yes. And the music stopped again. Oh well. I'll have to put something else on. Oh yeah, quick save is definitely a savior. At first it annoyed me because it just takes a while to save, but get past that you realize how great it is. Okay, so now I gotta figure out what to play next. I'm gonna pop open iTunes. Run with it. Since we were talking about Overwatch, I'm just gonna play the Overwatch music. Hopefully no one cares. Worst case scenario, this part of the video will not be saved. Which is fine, I think. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Could have sworn I had symmetry on. Darn it. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. There we go. Problem solved. Might actually go and delete a lower subdivision level, because when I turn around and things like this happen up here, where it's you're losing all that detail, it's really distracting. But I don't know, because if I get rid of the lower subdivision levels, then it won't go that low poly. I rotate, but yeah, I don't know. I could just leave it. Not that bad, I guess. It's things like that that allow ZBrush to handle such high polygon models anyway, because it's not actually displaying a 3D object, it's just displaying, music's really loud. It's not displaying 3D objects, it's just displaying 2.5D. Yeah, so. Because of that, you can have this really dense model and be able to not crash your computer. Absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna divide this again. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna lower. Yeah, that's better. I mean, it still does it, but it's not as bad. If I want that lower subdivision back again, I can just reconstruct lower subdivision levels. Another great tool. Do you have any projects on the go, Brosif? Projects like models or something. Oh, that's awesome. Is that like a fan art type piece, or is that like freelance? Fan art? Yeah. Fair enough. That's mainly what I do. Lots of fan art. The thing about fan art is it's like, it is like working on the project. That's how I like to see it. So I'm making a Link character because I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I love Zelda. It's my favorite game, and it would be great to work on it, but of course that's not gonna happen because if not the portfolio and their reputation and experience, the culture barrier and the language, but so, but it's fun to pretend. That's the other thing too is I'll make fan art, but only of things I like. I don't like it, and there is no sense in doing it. I'm not gonna have fun. I'm not doing it for what's the word for attention or that. I'm doing it because I like it. I don't really need extra likes on Twitter or Instagram. Really doesn't help me in it. Wouldn't that be something? This is very different from anything that Nintendo ever does, though. They would go for approach. Cool though. I'm actually considering like bringing this model, taking it, rigging it, doing like a couple animations, and then bringing it to Unreal and just kind of like making my own pseudo Zelda. Not marketing or anything like that, not selling or anything like that, but just like a little sandbox that you can just run around on a piece of terrain. Kind of cool. I've done it before, so I could definitely do it. Not hard. The mocap prowess. Yeah, maybe I should just like call up my friends at Carlton and say, "Hey, you like get me some data?" But that said, I kind of like having like the custom. Fine mocap can look almost too real, or not real, but like it just doesn't it it loses, it doesn't have the same kind of charm that traditional animation can have. It looks nice. There's nothing wrong with it, but for like a stylized thing, it doesn't fit well. I also have a few friends who are animators. Maybe I could poke them and say, "Hey, animate this for me." Up. It'd be a good thing. I never like asking people to do things. That's why I know how to do all these things. But I always hesitate. I don't want to say like, "Hey, can you do this for me? I can't pay anything, but it's fun." Which I'd love. I mean, I'd love to be able to find a group of people and just do a project, but it's hard. I mean, it's hard to find. I'm doing a couple things with some friends right now, but honestly, I don't feel like I'm helping all that much. It doesn't like I don't see where I can help so much because it's like a 2D kind of like text adventure almost game. So any part I have is very minimal. Like we were doing like a little bit of a 3D overworld that you could walk into, and then when you get into dialogues and whatnot, then it goes 2D. But it just seems kind of forced, and it doesn't need to be there. So it just makes me feel like my work doesn't really need to be there. It is fun though. I do enjoy it. But again, the whole thing is like if I was to come up with an idea, I wouldn't be able to pitch that to someone. I can never have something that's my idea. Like even this other project is not my idea. It's like is more my friend's idea, and I'm just helping out. So that's the thing, right? I never want to like have an idea and say, "Hey, do you want to work on this idea? I thought of it. It's cool." I kind of, if I'm working with other people, I kind of want it to be their idea because then I know that they're interested. But I've worked on like I've done projects in the past where it just fell apart because one person wasn't into it. But if I'm working on a project, I'm able to trust myself because I know what I'm thinking. So if someone has a project idea and they're starting it and they want help, I know that they're into it because it's their idea. And I know myself if I'm into it because I can, you know, read my own thoughts. So I can say like, yeah, it's cool and I like it and I'll keep working on it. But if it's my idea and I can only tell that I like it, I can't tell that they like it. So it's tough. What time is it now? 8:24. I'll make it like 5, 10 more minutes and we'll call it a night. Then I might game for a bit and other stuff, or I don't know. We'll see. I might even like keep working on this a little bit later tonight just to see how I feel. But I definitely want to break soon because I was working all day and then I came home and started working on this. Then I started the stream up. Well, I didn't start the stream up right away because I knew I was gonna have dinner and stuff, and I didn't stop the stream too early, or too quickly. So I did all that, then started the stream after that. So I've been working on this guy for like 4 hours after work, which was 8 hours. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the like the success to failure ratio of a game that you do with friends just doesn't seem very high. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is. I had to find. I don't know. I don't know what I need to find. I have to just keep trying until something sticks. But like I always see projects that people start working on. They're like, "Yeah, we did this game. I mean, even if it doesn't succeed, they brought it to the end because they really wanted to do it." But I guess that's why I hear of them because they're success stories. You only hear these success stories. You don't hear of all the times where they tried and it didn't go anywhere. I guess it's like art too, right? I have a ton of projects that I finished or started and or started and finished and never showed. It's the same kind of thing. In fact, I even have a game that I did on my own pretty much. Like I started with a friend, but then they got a job, so they had to stop. And they did some like character design stuff, but then after that I did everything and I brought the game all the way to a finish and never published it because I didn't think it would go anywhere. Like when I showed it to people, they liked it, but they wouldn't be into it for very long. Like they would only be able to commit like a minute or two because it was a mobile game, but it wasn't designed like a mobile game. So I knew that it just wasn't worth publishing. It's gonna be a stress that I didn't need. It'd be nice if failed projects made the headlines. Then you would know. It's like, oh yeah, like freaking thousands of projects that never got finished. Wouldn't feel so bad if you got something wrong. Just keep going. But I guess you should be able to do that regardless. going. I'm not sure if I want to actually sculpt in these little creases. I mean, in the design, there is some stuff going on, little lines in there. But I'm not sure if I want that. I kind of want it to stay clean. It's hard to say. I mean, there's those sketchy lines everywhere. Like, they're in his ear, too, and I'm definitely not putting them there. These ones I did because it's kind of consistent all the way around. Dunno. Dunno. I could leave it as it is for now, and if I change my mind, I can add that detail in. In fact, I could probably just put it in the texture. Fine. It's fine. This, however, is not fine. This is a mess. Ever I saw one. Wait. No. Yeah, notice that. Symmetry should be on. Yeah, I haven't installed 4R8 yet. For two reasons. One, I'm almost done this character, and I kind of just wanted to focus on finishing this character instead of learning the new tools. So I want to finish this guy up first. And two, we don't have 4R8 at work. So if I were to take some work home, I wouldn't be able to do it because I wouldn't have the same version. So that's the other issue. But I mean, I might as well get R8 sooner than later because it's free. Have you installed it yet? It looks like a lot of fun. The tools are pretty sweet. Probably shouldn't have two models loaded right now because it makes my autosave take a little bit longer than it should. But I like to have the previous model up so I can kind of flip back and forth and compare. Although at this stage, if I just flip between them, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Because the changes I'm making are more intended for when you're viewing up close as opposed to viewing from far away. Because I do want to, upload this to Sketchfab and put it up in a Marmoset viewer and put it close up images and stuff. So I don't want it to just look good from afar. I want it to look good when, details. Doesn't have to be too crazy because I'm sure a lot of it's not going to come through in the normal map anyway. But it definitely has to be cleaner than this. This is terrible. This is a disaster. Not a disaster. I mean, it's just starting of it. Oh yeah, the live booleans are quite impressive. Excited for that. If it, like when I get back into 3D printing, that's gonna be real nice. It's 3D huge pain to combine everything. That just looks like it's gonna make my life 100 times easier. Just seems a lot more efficient. I'm always really impressed by Pixel Logic and how they'll release something for nothing. I mean, once you have the software, you have it until they make a new version. Obviously, like when they switch to R5, then I'll have to buy it again. But the fact that I've bought R5 or R7 or sorry, when they upgrade to 5 from 4, but the fact that I bought 4 and then they've upgraded it 8 times for free is really respectable. Oh, so you do a lot of free 3D printing then? Oh, that's fair. Yeah, 3D printing is a lot of fun. I recently got a 3D printer through a Kickstarter, but then the company went under. I mean, I have the printer, but if it breaks, then too bad. And it's honestly not the best quality printer either. It's just a very simple one. But you know, it does at least some stuff. Good for testing and mock-ups. It wasn't very expensive at all. So I'm not complaining. I mean, the whole point of a Kickstarter is to let people try. So I'm not peeved if I kickstart something that just doesn't really go that well. And I still got something out of it too, so it's that. That new ARMS game, by the way, that's out now, right? Have you tried it? It looks pretty neat from videos I saw. Wondering if it's worth getting or not. I assume if you're making art, like fan art of it, you probably like it. Seems like it would be a fun party game. I like playing fighters and whatnot, but I only have 2 friends who also like playing fighters. But if it's like a casual fighter, then I can enjoy it and have more friends who like to play it. Because I have a bunch of friends who like to play Smash and stuff, but nothing like Street Fighter or Tekken or Guilty Gear or things like that. Although I'm not a big Tekken player, mostly Street Fighter. Played a little bit of Tekken. More the merrier. So it is a party game then. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, then maybe I will invest in getting it because that way when friends over, you can play it. Because right now I have the Switch, but all I have on it is Zelda. And it's nice to have some games that I can crack out. I was thinking of getting Mario Kart, but I don't know that people are really. As for the DBZ game, yes, I am extremely hyped for it. It looks so good. I have a friend, one of my friends who's into fighters, and we were playing like one of the other Dragon Ball Z fighting games, and we got really into it, even though it wasn't technically that good of a game. It was kind of just stupid fun. So when that came out, there was a lot of hype involved. But I have like a freaking huge pile of games to play still. Next game on my list is Persona. Probably start that this weekend. But after playing Zelda, I put gaming on hold for a little bit because Zelda was like a 50-hour game, and now Persona is gonna be another 50-hour game. So like, you know what? I'm just not gonna play games for a couple weeks, and then I'll play Persona. Although I still play Zelda every now and then. Side quests are fun. That whole game is just fantastic. Every time I play it, it makes me want to work on this guy, my Link. So excited to get this guy to texture and see how he looks. But I want this to be perfect. I think like this weekend, so tonight and tomorrow morning are probably going to be the last times I work on this guy this weekend. Just so I have a chance to step back from him before I take him to low poly. I might even like stop working on him for a good chunk of the week. But we'll see. I mean, I want to have like stream on Tuesday because I said I'll stream every Tuesday, but that'll probably be about it. And then if I'm still happy with everything, or still happy right now, I'm not happy because I keep like picking out little things. But if I step back from it for a week, then you start looking at it as a whole as opposed to like getting too close to it. I'm hoping that'll just let me get by things that, or let me find things that really just don't matter. That just don't make it look any better or worse. But I like when you're looking at it so close, every little thing you think, oh man, it's gonna make it look awful, but then you can't tell. I mean, the last 3 days, most of what I've done, you can't tell unless you're looking up super close. So obviously what I'm doing is wrong. But like this piece here obviously needed to get fixed. It was super wobbly and muddy. But like when I was just going in and tweaking the backside of hair that you can't see because it's like against his face, that was just stupid. I don't know why I was doing that. That's why I switched over to this part of the hat. Like, you know what? I'm done with this hair. Enough of this nonsense. Anyway, it's all good. I see, like from here it looks okay. I have to consider the fact that in the normal map, a little bit of graininess really won't show up because of the resolution. But still, I can make it a little bit better still. Masking, the thing that's very helpful. Felt. Polish on. Oops, that's not what. Not polishing how I. If I do it. I'll do is I'll just put that in because an alt polish pulls everything out. Now that I got my nice flat surface, I put that back in. There, better. Not half bad, yeah. Flip, flip. Can't even tell. But up here I could probably tell. Yeah. It's just like I'm up-resing it. But yeah, I definitely don't want to rush this. That's my big motto these days. Because before, when I was first starting out, my goal was just to build a huge library of art. But now that I have so many characters that I've completed, I feel like I can spend more time better. Makes more sense. Start with mileage and switch over to quality. I mean, I'm not working at any major studios to take game studio. Take that with a grain of salt, but that's what I envision right now. Right way to well, 3D art. Maybe art in general, actually. Start just by a lot of content, kind of getting a grounding, and then start. Okay, now I know what I'm talking about. Now I know what I need to learn. That's a big thing too. Is when you start out, you have no idea what you learn. Once you figure it out, then you go and you learn that stuff and practice it. But I think that also goes full circle because I'm starting to reach the point where I don't know what to learn. That's like I've had to go and ask people, like, what am I missing? Which really probably looks bad on me, but I mean, I should be able to say, oh yeah, I know exactly what I need to do. But I just, especially because I've been so close to it. So I've just asked around and had some, just asked it like artists that I admire. How far off am I? Seeing why I'm actually working on my texturing these days is that models are good, texturing a little lackluster, and my lighting's a little lackluster. Once that was mentioned, told to me, then I could see. That's what I'm. Well, now it's quality over quantity, but when I feel like when you start out, it's quantity over quality, just to kind of like get your grounding, and then you switch over to quality. I don't know if that's the right approach. I don't think a lot of people would agree with me, but I feel that makes sense to me, and that's what matters most. I think you gotta figure out what works for you. That don't worry so much about what other people. So that's the thing too. So if you don't agree with what I'm saying, then don't do it. Don't. Again, the thing is like this piece here has an angle to it, so if I try to polish it, it just punches in this um punches in bottom angle and I get everything on slope, which I don't want. That's why I'm using full polish instead of polish. That it kind of just the corner in, flattens that all out, giving me better results. I am noticing though that this may be out. I think I'm at a good place for today. I just wanted to do a quick stream, just sake of it. Oh yeah, I forgot I was working on the knees earlier. Dude, that up. I realized that the knees were just quite right. I think they were too low. I moved them up a bit. Polished it. Guess I'm fixing it now. Also not sure if I have more. But I kind of a lot of noise. Having extra noise. Don't know where to draw your attention. Also, it's the pants. So if I have like a ton of detail down here, like looking at his feet all the time, not necessarily. Fair. Yeah. You can see the difference there. Might have put the gun a little far and pushed the high, to be honest. Just a touch. But they definitely needed to be a little higher. Didn't feel. I think the biggest improvement, guys, I mean, it's super subtle, but the fact that the eye, less of the white, it just feels a lot better. Because I often make that mistake where I make the eyes super big. Iris isn't. Or if I were to put the iris to the outside, he'd look. Eyes are like, sides like a freaking chameleon. Not what I want. Anyway, I'm pretty okay with where he's at. And obviously, if I put a nice matte cap on him, he looks better. Right now, he's putting like a pretty harsh shader on him. A friend of mine made that one. Artist on my. I didn't. The one hazardous. I think, although I modified it to be softer. I like matte caps. They're fun. Yeah, basically. And then once he's textured and stuff, better. Also, like, because of just the resolution, you're zoomed out. I think weird too. I almost want to increase the resolution. Yes. See if this works. Not really. If anything, at first it's more fuzzy. I was hoping it would get rid of some of the buzzing in the mouth there. But it seems worse, if anything. Well. Oh yeah, the red wax is the worst. I don't even have it in here anymore. I freaking overrode it by accident. But I'm kind of happy I did. Yeah, I can't even put it on if I wanted to. It just doesn't exist in my ZBrush. I've removed it from existence. Another thing I'm actually going to have to fix is the shoulder pad. There's a bit of a clip going on here. But I'll probably just fix that on the low poly. It's just a matter of like a couple polygons dating this. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. It's Link, Hero of Time. Yeah. Consider you lose all detail. Gonna end off with a nice cap gray. No key shot today, like yesterday, but that's nice. Find it funny that I've removed red wax from existence? I agree. Alright, anyway. Thanks for hanging out, Brosif. And hopefully you can stop by again. For anyone else who's lurking on the stream, my schedules are Tuesdays starting at 8 or starting at 9, but I just use that as a buffer. There's a good chance I'm usually on at 8. And Tuesdays don't work, then I'll put up a notification saying that I'm changing to a different day. But for now, it's Tuesdays, 9 p.m. EST. All right. Have a good night.